Thank you all for joining the New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions Employment webinar series. The topic for this month is Adapt to Thrive, NMDWS helping your business evolve in a changing labor market. You may submit questions anytime by using the Q&A at the bottom of your screen. And this webinar is being recorded and you can find it on the NMDWS YouTube channel. It's my honor to now introduce the department's Employment Services Operations Division Director, Michelle Velarde.
Hello, and thank you, Stacy, and hello to everyone who's watching this afternoon. Thank you for watching. We know that you are very busy. There's a lot going on in your day. And for you to take the time, we really want to make this something meaningful, something you can help with your business, and something that you can actually take, and some of the tools that we're going to be able to share with you today, we feel like will really help with your business. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And as Stacy had said, we're really going to talk about adapting and how businesses now really have to adapt. And a perfect segue to that is our agency has also had to adapt. So we're all adapting together. So we're in it together, and employers, again, just a big thank you. We know that you're the catalyst for our state. Without our employers, without those jobs, we of course can't put people to work, and people can't provide for their families if they're not working. So we know that you are definitely the catalyst, and that you're important. You're important to business, and you're important to the economy here in New Mexico. So I'm going to start first by just giving you our mission. Our mission when it comes to employment services, really working both job seeker and business, but that is something we're really going to focus on today, is business, is our employment services division was created towards building a strong partnership between businesses and the public workforce system. They really should be working hand in hand. We need to know what's happening in the economy. We need to know what's happening in your community so that we can better align that talent pool that you need, and also prepare those job seekers, right, for those jobs. So our goal really is to build the capacity of local areas to implement, sustain, and improve business services through training, technical assistance, incentives, and technology. Also, we really want to create that stronger partnership with economic development, education, and industry, resulting in more responsive, demand-driven workforce system. In saying that, building these strong workforce systems with public education, with economic development, we all go hand in hand. We really need those youth coming out of school to be prepared with some of those just basic skills, right, that employers all need. But these basic, the reading, writing, arithmetic, we need youth, we need those coming out of school to be really strong in that, because not everybody is going to take the avenue of the traditional 4-year college route or training route. Some have a different idea. Some want to go into trades. So it's really important for our state to really also be in alignment with economic development. What is happening? What businesses are coming in? And is public education preparing our youth to take these jobs, along with higher education, right? So really our goal is to create that talent pool by all working together, education, economic development, and of course, just the overarching workforce system. So we often get what is the difference between our America's Job Center and the Department of Workforce Solutions? Well, let me explain it to you in layman's terms. Basically, in our America's Job Centers, we have our staff, our Department of Workforce Solutions staff, who work in our America's Job Centers. So we are mandated by the Department of Labor to deliver services to employers and to job seekers. So in our offices, you will find Department of Workforce Solutions staff. You'll also find some other partner staff, but we deliver those Department of Labor services through our America's Job Centers. So when you go into America's Job Center, not everyone is a state employee. Not everybody works for the Department of Workforce Solutions. However, a pretty big portion of us do work for the Department of Workforce Solutions, but we have amazing partners that we partner with, and we're going to share those partners with you in this segment. But that is the biggest difference. The America's Job Center is a one-stop shop where we want folks to come in, get the services that they need. If you're a job seeker, if you're an employer, and the Department of Workforce Solutions has staff there to help you with those Department of Labor needs, and just to help you work through some of those issues or some of those needs that you may be experiencing. So our next slide. Well, when I talked about when you walk into an America's Job Center and we have a lot of partners, we have a lot of partners, and it's really important for me to talk about those partners because they really do help our employers and they do help our job seekers. But for our employers, it is really important that education and training piece so that you have that talent pool that you need. We do have a partner. We partner with the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. You may know them as WIOA. Some of you have heard this term. And basically, they have those funding dollars. They have those funding dollars for training. The biggest thing that I think any employer should know is really we're trying to create a talent pool. What is it that's happening in the economy? Where is the need? And that's really where our WIOA partners really also try to align in that we can make a talent pool grow or educate or train up a talent pool for you. So we also have the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act that works specifically with youth as well. So we have two. We have one that works with the adults, and then we have one that works with youth. And youth, our target age is 16 to 24. And again, the whole purpose there is really creating that talent pipeline for you employers and working in alignment with our Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act partners. We also have, of course, career services, and we have another program. It's a federally mandated program called Reemployment Services and Eligibility Assessments, and we know it is RESCA. This one is really important, employers, because this one mandates certain individuals who are on unemployment insurance. They need to come into our offices, and we need to work with them so we can get them back to work a lot more quickly. So these individuals are seen as individuals who may have a little more of a hard time getting reintroduced into the workforce system because they've been on unemployment insurance and they're coming into work with us so that we can get them back to work right away. But this program is really great because in working with these individuals, we can align them really quickly to go and we can refer them to you, the employer, which is, fantastic. So it really is a federally mandated program where we can really work with the individual and get them back to work, get them working for you a lot more quickly. We also have our Veteran Services Program. I also oversee our Jobs for Veterans Services Program. And again, those of you who are watching right now, if you are a veteran, thank you. Thank you for your service. And we're working for our veterans as well. We have a specific group of individuals who work with our veterans, and 100% of their time is dedicated to working with our veterans who are looking for work and working with those employers to say, hey, we've got some great veterans, they're going to fit perfect in your company. They, working with veterans is always great. They know the mission, they know to adapt, overcome. So with employers, it's really important for us to really highlight those benefits of hiring our veterans. We also have our unemployment insurance program, also known as UI. And we know that sometimes it could be a little difficult navigating unemployment insurance, both the job seeker and for employer. But again, this is where our America's Job Centers really do come in handy. Come in, talk to us, let us know about your issues that you're having, both claimant who is filed for unemployment insurance, and also employer. We know that there's certain mandates for you as an employer when it comes to unemployment insurance. So we can definitely help you navigate those as well. But we also have our TANF program, temporary assistance, our temporary assistance for needy families program. Again, the whole goal there is to work with that participant and get them back to work a lot more quickly. Again, another talent pool for employers, trying to align that participant up so that they can get back to work. Our division or our agency also has our New Mexico our New Mexico Works Wage Subsidy and Career Link programs. So again, these are like on the job training where we like to put participants and put them into a job, have them working for you, employer. It's great on the job training experience, and that's of no cost for the employer. For just a certain amount of time, you can work and have these, you can work with our agency, have these individuals working at your work site. And again, this is just something to help you train an individual so that they can eventually be hired with your company, with your business. We have also a great partnership working with adult education and literacy. Right now, we know that is very important. We have a lot of individuals out there who are still needing to get their GED or high school equivalency. And so this is a really great program. Our offices can definitely navigate individuals to our adult literacy programs. And you may have individuals in your business who maybe do not have their diploma. Refer them to us so that we can work with them. If you feel like, they just need to get to that next step, but they're missing that diploma, we can help with that. So again, it's all about creating and retaining great talent for you employers. And again, this is just another avenue, another service that we can help you with. We also work, of course, with our Senior Community Services Employment Program, CSEP. We know now that we're seeing a lot more older individuals having to come into the workplace, and that is fantastic. I'm going to tell you, they make a great talent pool. Just working with our older New Mexicans, they want to work. They have such great work ethic. And again, we have those avenues that we can help build a talent pool to work for you. We also have, of course, other community partners that we work with. We work with our local chambers. We work, of course, with economic development, needing to know what the climate is so that we can better help you, employer, and just help you in forecasting what you might need depending on that business that's coming in. So again, we really are working as a full workforce system. And of course, we couldn't do that also without our business organizations, our small business associations. So we have really great, strong partnerships with our SBAs. And of course, just being able to work together and making sure that our employers have what they need. And I guess, again, forecasting is really the partner network. And so we'll go to the next slide. So this gets to be a lot of fun. So this is a slide of our state, and we have our state right now divided into 4 different regions. We have our northern region where we serve 10 counties. We have our eastern region, which we serve 12 counties. We have our southwestern region that serves 7, and then our central region that, though it may be the smallest region per se, it's one of the biggest, right? So that central region, we do serve 4 counties. And we'll go to our next slide. Okay. Yeah, we have the curtain. Yay, the big reveal. So we have 25 America's Job Centers across the state. Now, we did have a name change. So if I slip up and I say New Mexico Workforce Connection, my apologies. But we've rebranded to be more in alignment with our, national partners of America's Job Center. And it's just definitely something we felt was really important, that regardless of where you're at, if you just go to America's Job Center, and we're following a national trend, it just really has helped our brand evolve. And it's just, again, If I, for some reason, say New Mexico Workforce Connection Centers, sorry, but we're one and the same, except we have a new brand, which is America's Job Centers. But we have 25 offices across the state. And again, highly encourage you to come in to your local America's Job Center. If you haven't, come in, say hello. We have area managers. I oversee our area managers across the state who look after these amazing offices. And again, become familiar. If you haven't, or, you're like, I don't know, come in, let us talk to you, let us help you. We really are here to help our communities stay strong, be strong, to help you retain the talent pool. So really, you've got nothing to lose. Our services are of no cost. So if you would like to refamiliarize yourself with our America's Job Centers, formerly New Mexico Workforce Connection, please do. We'd be happy to have you come into our offices. So our next slide. Okay, so this is a lot. Our services that our New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions staff, remember we have staff that deliver these services at our America's Job Centers. And so we do a lot. And I said it a little just a moment ago, of no cost to the employer and of no cost to a job seeker. And one of the things that we do is we really want to help promote your job postings. If you're an employer and you need help recruiting, we want to help you with that. But before we can help you with that, we need to get you registered into our statewide data system. And what that would help you with is you would be able to see the kind of talent pool by looking at resumes of who you would like to call, or we can call them for you. This is definitely a partnership. We do so many referrals for employers because that's what they like. We have some employers that are like, you know what, I'd like to call. But definitely this is a partnership with our Department of Workforce Solutions staff in our America's Job Centers and you, the employer. So registration into our statewide data system, New Mexico Jobs. And again, I can't tell you how amazingly resourceful this website is. And if you're having problems navigating, we can help you. We can help you. We know sometimes technology is a little wonky, even for the best of us. And so, we can walk you through that. We can walk you through if you're getting stuck somewhere. Again, and that's why we would like to refamiliarize yourself, why we want you to refamiliarize yourself with our America's Job Centers. If you've been away, come back. But what we want to do is recruit applicants, and that's what we do in our offices, recruiting applicants, developing job descriptions. If you're having issues with, maybe you're not getting those bites that you want, let us help you redo your job posting and redo your job description. Sometimes it's very simple, a simple fix, or maybe it's just maybe a wording, or maybe just getting it out there to a different kind of talent pool so that you can get more bites, but we can definitely help you with that. And the really great thing that we do, which I always love, is hiring events, employment events, inviting you to come to our America's Job Centers when we're having a huge hiring event. You come to our offices. We have the ability for you to come in. We have tables. You don't have to even bring in a table. We have chairs, and you can meet a talent pool that is wanting to get hired. So again, if you're a little leery and don't know if it's going to work, just try. Call your local America's Job Center, come in saying, hey, I would love to be at a recruitment event. I think this would really help me. Believe me, we will welcome you. We never say no. We don't say no when it comes to those recruitment events. And we also want to help you with employer incentives. Okay, so remember I was talking about our veterans. Well, our veterans employers, you may know that there is a wage opportunity tax credit that you can get if you hire a veteran. But it's not only just veterans. It's those who have disabilities. It's those who are on the TANF program. It's also those who might be coming out of incarceration. So we can walk you through that and making sure that you're filing that paperwork so that you can get that wage opportunity tax credit. There's also something called federal bonding. So federal bonding is an insurance. So if you are an employer and you're a little leery about hiring someone because you're just not sure if maybe they're the right fit, or maybe there might be a little bit of a trust issue because of a past history, our agency can federally bond you. You can be federally bonded for up to a year. And that is enough time for an employer to decide whether or not you want to take on this individual, and decide, whether or not they've proven that they can work for you, that they're trustworthy. And again, there's so many different incentives out there, so we can definitely walk you through those. The labor market information. What does the labor market look like for you employers? What's coming down the pike, excuse me. And if you're an employer and you have a business that is struggling and you think, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to lay off, we don't want that to happen. But sometimes it does. And that's where our office also comes in, and we help you during that transition if you are having to unfortunately lay off individuals. So we come in and, have a couple of sessions with your employees who are going to be facing a layoff, but also for you employer with the needs that you may have. But to that, we have the services of layoff aversion, where we want to help you not so that you're not at that point. So we offer trainings, we have retention, we have all kinds of trainings for employers so that their business can be successful, and so that there's better business practices, so that you're not looking down the road at having to lay off people from your business that you've even started so hard to start up in the first place. But along with our services, we do pre-screening. We want to make sure that you get the right applicant. So we offer pre-screening services. Of course, I've talked about our hiring and job fairs. We administer assessments. So if you're looking for an individual that you want to make sure that they have a certain reading or writing ability, we can test for that. We can make sure that individuals that are going to you for an interview already are meeting that benchmark that you need. And again, we have our online services 24 hours a day. Looking in at our services, you can just log in, look at job postings. If you need to update postings, of course, you can do that 24 hours a day. You can search our database for job seekers, again, 24 hours a day. And again, the training is really important that we do offer, in trying to line up our training department with you employers, so that if there is something that you really are struggling with, our businesses are just, again, the catalysts of our New Mexico economy, and anything to help our employers, we need to be there. We need to support, and we fully believe that. And our business consultants in our America's Job Centers believe that strongly. So the training also that we're giving staff is been invaluable, because in essence, what we're doing is trying to really train up staff so they can be better prepared to help you. And if you have any questions, if you're just not sure, how to, if you do have to close a business, how do I do that? We can help you with that. If you're struggling with, reporting your UI tax, we can navigate that as well. So our offices really are here as a resource for you. Employers, you are important, and our offices are here to serve you. So we will go to the next slide. How business is evolving. Okay, so we're getting to the nuts and bolts of this presentation. So with business is constantly evolving. We as a state agency are servicing all businesses in New Mexico, and we're constantly evolving, and companies are now driven by digital technology, as we all know, advancement, changing consumer demands, and this is different changing consumer demand with people buying goods, the services that you provide, but also within your employees as well, right? And the demands of the global economy and the shifts that we're seeing. So with digital technology, it's used now to solve those business problems. You can now go to basically AI and, ask AI anything, right? And the one thing that is really important is, of course, trusting AI and the legitimacy of AI. So it is still important for us as an agency to still know policy regulation, because sometimes we know that AI isn't always right, but it's here, and AI has evolved because now we have ways to pay by PayPal now, Venmo, and now we have QuickBooks for accounting. So do you really need that accountant that you had before? Well, again, though we have a digital age now, and things are changing through our digital age, just just a word of caution in that the expertise of individuals is still needed. So it is, even though we have these great avenues of AI, we still need that human element as well, because sometimes we just need to make sure, is this right? And we have those subject matter experts out there, your accountants, right, your bookkeepers, those individuals here in our offices who know our wage and hour and our sick leave policies. So again, though business is evolving, sometimes we can become too reliant on that digital and tech part of it. But moving on to consumer demands. So consumer demands now include environmental concerns, as well as, of course, corporate responsibility. So for an employer, it's not just about, hey, just getting people to work and getting your product out the door, or getting your services out there. It really is now about more of a more holistic kind of purview now. And it's changed in that there is a effort now to be more conscious about the well-being, not only of course, the financial aspect of what you're trying to do, but also, what does this mean for community? And that is really important now, especially given everything that has happened after COVID. We definitely have seen a shift, and I know you employers have definitely seen a shift in that regard. But consumers are now actively seeking eco-friendly products and services, right? What are they doing as a friend to the environment? And that is important to them. And the knowledge of what they buy is really important. The knowledge of how goods are, given, and is there a story behind the manufacturing? Folks really like that. They like that warm and fuzzy, that they're giving their money to something that has impact, and it's something that makes them feel really good. And we're definitely seeing that shift a lot more. So a great example is, what I gave, but it's also about clothing companies, right? Supporting companies, supporting child labor. You may not be buying clothes if you know that a company is using child labor. But again, it's about, where am I going to give my money? And does it make me feel good to give my money? And it's not anymore about, I just need that item. It's about, well, I need an item, but I'm going to buy it from somewhere else where it's going to make me feel really good, because they're making me feel like I'm impacting my community. They're making me feel like I'm changing the world. So that's been a big change in our consumers. And the global economic shifts. So this includes growing emphasis on sustainability and social responsibility. Again, what is the message that your company invokes? What is it that's the mainstay of why you're in business? What is your why for being in business? And even if you are a big box company, there's still that fundamental why of why the company even started. And it's just really important that we're seeing that employees want a sense of belonging. They want to belong. And when we have a business that constantly shares their mission and their values, you're going to have a higher retention. Where before that wasn't such the case. Before it was like, where can I make the most money? What we're seeing now is individuals want to work somewhere where they're going to make an impact as well. Of course, we can't get away from the money issue, but we're also starting to see that shift of, it's not so much about the money, but do I like working for this company? Do I believe in their values? And do they make me feel really great every morning about going to work? So that's just another way that, of course, business has evolved, especially with climate change and now green energy, just here at our door. And, being able to supply and make people feel good about the goods that they produce, but also good about the companies that they work for. So, okay, so we have our next slide, and I'm we're probably going to open up for questions here. But again, thank you. And this slide is going to be available. This video is going to live, was told forever on YouTube. So if there's any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And actually with me today, I have some great team members because I cannot do this on my own. There is no way. We know that as businesses and as employers that, you know, our teams are the essence of what make us so great. And I have a fantastic business team. And with me, here to the side are Tammy Gallegos-Burke and Karen Huladak. And Tammy heads up our business teams across the state. So she works one-on-one with all of our business team career consultants. And then we have Karen Huladak, who works hand in hand with economic development and really helping us foreshadow what's coming into New Mexico. What are these employers needing? So again, we're here to answer any questions, and we're just going to wait to see if we have anything in the chat.
Thanks, Michelle. Can you go over the process of how someone could access America's Job Center to set up their personalized recruitment event?
Sure, of course. So if you are interested of setting up or coming in for a recruitment event, all you have to do is call our America's Job Centers. So if you call our America's Job Centers, just let them know that you want to be part of a hiring event, and we will get with you and give you the next day of when we're having an event. We will be advising you just to bring some things to help you. A tablecloth, right, for your table, some brochures, also swag always helps. But just things that folks can come and they want to come to your table. So if you have a poster, something of what your company does, mission statement, those are really important for those hiring events. But it's super, super simple. All an employer would have to do is call our America's Job Center or your local America's Job Center. Let them know that you want to be part of the next hiring event, and we will get you squared away with the time. We will be asking that you get there at least 30 to 45 minutes before the event actually starts on the day of the event, just so you have enough time to set up and just get familiar with the layout of the land in our office.
Who do I contact to set back up on our system for finding applicants? So how do they get connected again in the New Mexico job system?
So anybody listening right now, I want to refer them to call Tammy. So I'm going to have Tammy sneak in here right now, and she's going to let you know what you can do if you want to just come back to us, what you can do, and she's going to give some information.
Hi, thank you, Michelle. Again, my name is Tammy Gallegos-Burke, the Business Program Coordinator. We want you to come back. If you guys have had an account in the past and are looking to utilize our services yet again, we want to welcome that. You're more than welcome to reach out to me directly. Michelle, I think that could be an easy way for us to navigate that issue. Reach out to me directly. My email address is, like Miss Michelle said, forever now in YouTube. And we can go ahead and I can direct you to the office and where you would need that event or would like to participate in an event. I can get you in contact with one of our local business consultants. Thank you.
Another question is, what if I'm interested in apprenticeship? Can America's Job Center help me with that?
Yes, absolutely. Again, if we have any of you guys out there interested in any of our apprenticeship programs, you can also feel free to contact me as well. We do have an amazing team here at the Department of Workforce Solutions that are ready to help navigate the process and getting you guys set up to start the apprenticeship program, to start building an apprenticeship program for your business, or at least have that discussion. So if any of you guys are interested in our apprenticeship program, please feel free to email me and I will get you to where you need to be.
What about seasonal employees? Can you help me with recruitment for ramping up for that time?
Yes, absolutely. We tend to already assist with those aspects already. We do have a group of employers that, of course, are quite busy doing specific seasons of the year. All we would need to do is just get some information about you, and we can work within our local offices to promote those positions to the job seekers that readily walk into our door for service. Luckily for us, I always refer to it as we provide the combination platter where we have the businesses that we are so eager to assist, but then we also have those job seekers that are coming into our doors looking for those for part-time employment, seasonal employment, and of course full-time employment. So let's definitely get with our local America's Job Center and let's start building that relationship.
What if I'm not good with computers? Can you all do everything for me if I still want to do the recruitment online?
So if you guys are not good with computers, that's okay. Each one of us, of course, has our own comfort level with the use of a computer, and not being comfortable with one is not a problem for us at all. If you need assistance with entering job orders into our system or just help in navigating our system in general, we can go ahead and directly and provide you training, whether it be with a Zoom meeting, a Teams meeting, just to give you the ropes of how it's navigated. But we can also assist with those job orders as well. So whatever it is you decide, we're there for you.
I mean, do you want to talk a little bit about the posters that employers can pick up?
The posters are 7-in-1s, and of course, all our state mandated posters can be picked up at any one of our America's Job Center listed on the map that Miss Michelle showed previously. We have those ready for you to pick up right now. We also, of course, we have them here. If you would like to contact me directly as well, I can make sure that we can get those on over to you.
Thank you, Tammy. And yes, I just wanted to add a little bit to that the required posters for both federal and state are available in both English and Spanish from any of our America's Job Center New Mexico locations for free. We do them every year, so that way you can stay in compliance.
Yes.
There's another question here is there a fee to join one of the job fairs?
No, that's the beauty of it all. All of our services are free to all businesses doing business in the state of New Mexico. So we are here to assist you. We are the public servants. We're here to help you be successful with all your business needs. So there is no fees associated.
I mean, can you talk a little bit more about doing assessments for employers? So if they want to ensure that a certain individual that's applying for a position is qualified for that position, are we able to help them with that?
Yes, absolutely. We would need for the business wanting this service to get in contact. Again, it could be with me or with any one of the business consultants at the local a local America's Job Center near them, and just talk with the business consultant and lay out a plan of exactly what it is you are looking to hire, what kind of skills are you looking for, and together we could put together assessment plan in which we can have any individual who is looking to apply for your position complete some tests for you. We can provide you the results with that as well. That way you know exactly what level each of these individuals are coming at you. So just get in contact with either myself or any of the business consultants at the America's Job Center.
Anything else that you'd like to share?
I personally I think myself, Miss Michelle, and Miss Kara Huladek here, we're really passionate about assisting our job seekers, and of course our businesses across the state. It is you guys that help run the economy. It is you all that help provide food for families. It is you all in order which we are able to be successful as a state. But it's a collaborative effort. And I think like with us working together, there is no you just win. It's a win-win situation for all of us, and we are here to help you, and we look forward to helping you. And we want, if you've been gone for a while, please come back. We'd be happy to assist you. If this is the first time you're hearing of us, please come to us. We'd like to make that relationship bloom in whichever way we can and see how we can best assist you guys. They're all out there.
A few more questions. Are the same services available to local government employers, or are there any differences?
I'm going to go ahead and hand this on over to Miss Michelle Velarde.
Hello, I'm back. So yes, the same services that we would offer our, private employers, we offer to all public, both local, state, and federal. In fact, for federal, we have quite a few of events that we've done for Social Security. They were needing some customer service agents, and we were able to assist them with assessments and having hiring events, and actually having those individuals come in and fill out the applications. So if you are, a public employer, and your application process may be a little tedious or a little hard to follow, we can definitely help individuals apply for those jobs. We can't do the full application for them, of course, but we can definitely, help them and just guide them through how the application process needs to take place.
Michelle, can you describe the different type of assessments that we administer?
Sure. So we have quite a few different assessments. We have reading assessments, writing assessments. We have communication. We have anything in regards to math. We have, of course, soft skills. We have awareness, like how aware is somebody of their job surroundings. Our assessments are really just pretty much everywhere as far as the need. Again, if you're an employer, if you have a specific need, let us know and we can, get an assessment for you. Like I said, we have a huge catalog of different assessments that we can use. Now, with that being said, these assessments do take, like, one assessment could range about an hour. And we don't recommend usually anything more for an individual to take more than maybe 2 up to 3 hours of an assessment, because that's quite a bit. But some assessments are a lot more quick. We do typing assessments. Those are really important. So again, it's just a matter of what you need. And if we don't have it, we can definitely work on how we can help you.
Is there any assistance we can provide with someone who needs help with writing a business report or writing?
Writing a business report. With those business reports, it really, what we would do is get you into contact with one of the local SBAs, Small Business Association, depending on what your business is. So we have great partnerships with our local chambers and our small business associations. So we'd really want to help you in navigating you to that person who can help you with that business report. But we definitely have those partnerships that we can find you that assistance.
Thank you. And I just wanted to remind everyone, if you do have a question, to go ahead and put that in the Q&A at the bottom or in the chat, and I will read that to our panelists here.
Stacy, if I could, I just really wanted to stress one thing, and that is, with our businesses that are evolving, our agency really does have a really great training team who could go out to your business and help with those needs and maybe those issues that you're having. And what we would do is, one, have a meeting with you, have a meeting with our training department, see what those needs are, those skill gaps, or what you're trying to accomplish as a business, whether it's establishing your brand, your mission, or you're wanting to promote from within, but you're just not finding that qualified candidate within. Those things that we can really help you with, and then we would have you meet with our training department so that they can have some trainings and they can help you so that you can make your business stronger. And also, we can give trainings to staff. We can give trainings to staff of, if you're having issues with those soft skills, or, the importance of promoting within, and maybe what staff need to do or an employee needs to do so that they can get to that next jump in the career ladder.
Do potential workers have to pass pre-employment drug screening to take advantage of your services?
No. Anybody can take advantage of our services.
don't have any other questions coming at the moment, but we will definitely wait here to see if any more come in. I do have some questions that you've received before, Michelle, while you've been out with the secretary, or sources that have been requested.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Just wondering, when you've been out with the secretary across the state, if there are things that you've heard from businesses that they're asking for that we do provide and that we can just mention here.
Well, our agency is definitely multifaceted. So, our agency does have different divisions, and that's always a question. And some individuals are like surprised to know, wow, you do all that. But what we offer in our agency as a whole is, of course, unemployment insurance, employment services, but we also have our wage and hour division. We also have our human rights division, and our equal opportunity, partners within our division, who also just really are here to help you, employer. So those are some things like people don't know where to go. Calling our office, we definitely either we can take care of it or we'll get you to the right people who can. So not very many, or I think most are surprised of everything that our agency does do. So we have a lot of great initiatives right now, especially with apprenticeship. And what we're seeing right now just across the state is those skills, the importance of skills and the importance of apprenticeships. And if you are an employer who isn't a registered apprenticeship, but you want to be, we can help you with that. And that is part of, something that is going to be a main focus the next couple of years is really the skills of trade training and that skills development. So our agency really is going to be at the forefront of, making that happen. And I think that is just really great and really important right now. But apprenticeship seems to be one of those things that comes up quite a bit. And the other is, of course, cost. And, does it cost? Do your services cost? And again, our services do not cost when we're working with employers, to come to a hiring event, to do an assessment, for you to get training from our training department. These things are of no cost for our business, our businesses and our employers.
The question that just came in was, what is the best resource for payroll and labor compliance guidance? So, do you want to mention our labor relations division?
That's exactly where I was going to go. So, we have our wage and hour labor relations division, and they are just absolutely fantastic. But also our website. So, believe it or not, we have a great website. And our website, there is a special section in there for businesses. And if you just go into that business tab, and you can see all of the different little widgets and those bullets that are there that we can help you with. And if you click into those, they will take you into the labor relations or wage and hour. You can learn about paid sick leave and all those policies and rules about that. So really, our website is a really great resource to get you linked up with our labor relations. And when you click into our website and you're looking at our divisions, there's also phone numbers. So you can also call. If you're not seeing what you need to see, just give that division a call, and somebody will be able to help you.
Great, thank you. I'm putting this information in the chat, but when we conclude this webinar, you will receive by tomorrow an email with all of this information that is in the chat, and also a link to this webinar where you can find it on our YouTube channel. So you will be able to reach all this information later. Let's see. If someone comes in and does not have great clothes, maybe they just don't have the money to purchase new clothes for interviews, do you help with that?
Yes, we do. We have some really great community resource partners across the state. So again, when we're talking about a workforce system, we're also talking about community partners. So every single one of our America's Job Centers across the state is working with community resource partners. So one of them happens to be Goodwill. We work very closely with Goodwill, who helps to supply interview clothing. And there's also just across the state, other community resource partners that can help to provide interview clothing. And usually this is in the form of a voucher. And that way an individual can get the clothing they need. But what we would do is we would call our resource partner and advise them, we have somebody who is in need of some interview clothing, and seeing how we can get those vouchers to that individual for some interview clothing. But yes, we definitely can help with that.
How long does it take to set up a new employer account on the New Mexico Jobs portal?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Oh, no, I don't. You're on mute.
Okay, so it's really actually a fast process. Sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties. It takes maybe about 5 minutes to maybe set up an account. So it's actually pretty fast.
As we wind down, Michelle, is there any last talking points or any last information you would like to leave everyone with?
Only that, as we're navigating and evolving together, this really is important to our employment services division, that our employers know how important they are. So often we do get that complaint, or just that feeling of, what about the employers? What about us? It always seems to be about the employee, about the job seeker. And what about what I need as an employer? Aren't I important? And the answer is yes, you are. And, we want to give you those tools. We want to be able to give you those resources to make your businesses successful, and be able to do it very easily and not make it more complicated. However, we do know that, in working with, government and state agencies, there is, of course, that red tape, but we don't want you to have to deal with that red tape so much. We know how to navigate. We can definitely help. So please use our services. And again, if you haven't, if you have used our services in the past and haven't used us in a while, please come back. But if you haven't and you're just thinking, maybe, come into our offices. We'd welcome you. There's a lot of great things in our offices. Also, I just wanted to stress that within all of our America's Job Centers, we do have resource rooms that consist of having computers, copiers, fax machines. Again, just those things to help our job seekers when it comes to applying for jobs. And, having individuals take those assessments. We really are a one-stop shop, along with all of the other partners that we have living with us in our America's Job Centers.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for your attendance today. And look for that email coming to you soon with a link to this webinar. I appreciate all of you attending. And thank you so much to Michelle and your team for the information you provided today.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And employers, thank you. And, just keep doing a great job. Keep putting New Mexicans to work. We need you, and our economy needs you. So thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.